CEO and co-founder. It is a little gloomy outside. It is not a high Giorsi factor, but inside we are going over to Mott and Chace, favorite part of the week, the Mott and Chace interview with Ben Scungio. Ben, thanks so much for joining us.
Good morning, Josh. How are you today?
I am excellent. So listen, I read all those business pubs and I watch the news once in a while and I catch up, and most of the country is doom and gloom about the real estate market. It's not so doomy and gloomy here in Rhode Island, is it?
It's actually not. I don't want to say we're the polar opposite of what's going on nationally, but we are an outlier for sure. Um, the market is normalizing. We're seeing that happen in Rhode Island. We're seeing that happen in other parts of the country. Some parts of the country are more dramatic than others.
And give us some example. We're not seeing the 20% price cuts. We're not seeing sort of that chaotic nature that you read about in some areas of the country, and then in some places there's getting a glut of houses because of interest rates. We're almost the invert on that, right?
Yeah. So I'm just going to give a plug to mottandchace.com. You can check out our market reports. We release them every single month. So if you're a consumer and you're interested in what's going on, they're all on our website. And we actually have about an 18-month catalog of market reports. So if you really want to see what was going on and how the markets progressed, check it out. But our recent market report that came out in October, our year-over-year single-family homes, the list price are still up 5.5%. Sales median sold price is still up 7.5%, while inventory is down 33%. Pending contracts out there are down 11%, and sales for single families are down almost 22% right now. And that might seem a little doom and gloom, but realistically, we're just heading into a market that's normal right now.
And why is it prices are so stable? And they're high. They're stable at a high level, right? We've seen them just, in 7 years, the median single family price of a home has more than increased by 100%. While other parts of the country saw that same spike we did, but now are going down, we're not seeing that going down. It's at about 410, 415, I think, on the most recent report from the Rhode Island Realtors. Talk about that dynamic of why less inventory. Is that what's keeping prices high?
That's exactly what the answer is. We still don't have enough inventory. Our months of supply is down 46% year over year. So the reason why our values and our sale prices are still relatively high and different than what's going on, in the rest of the country, and even in a lot of the markets that, are feeder markets like Boston, Connecticut, New York, our prices are staying high because we don't have enough homes to sell still.
Okay, let's switch over to, you've sort of been a leading expert on the condo market. You helped sell out the 903 over there behind Providence Place Mall in the Promenade. You helped sell out the Arcade, sort of two preeminent condo projects. A few months ago, God, it's got to be 4 or 5 months ago, one of your colleagues was on, Josh, and he talked about a project that's coming onto the market, the historic 32 Custom House property. It's a great, cool liner building right in the core of downtown. It has lots of twists and turns to it in its history. It is now on the market, correct?
Correct.
And how many units is that property?
So the property is 11 units in total. Josh just listed them last night, I believe. There's condos that are as big as almost 1,300 square feet. There's small studios, and they're ranging between $299,000 to $499,000. And they're so cool. They're so chic. They're very New York. As you mentioned, the building is it's a very cool building, centrally located. It's a great project. We're thrilled to have it. And, it's just adding the need of downtown condominiums that I talked about with you for a good almost 2 years now. The city needs more downtown condos. We have a ton of apartments, but people still want home ownership. And like we've mentioned previously on live, condos are the easy way to kind of get started, right? If you're a young professional, you don't want that 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom house. You want a nice little condo where you can, it's not a lot of maintenance. You have your condo fee. The HOA takes care of all the exterior work. You just have to maintain the inside, and and go to work and kind of live your life. Makes it easy.
And it's right by Lyali and Circe and the Bellini
Sure.
Hotel, and if you worked at Textron or any of the places down around there, right by the water, etc. So it's a very, very cool historic building, and very unique. I mean, there's kind of nothing else like it in Providence. More of a Boston or New York kind of building structure. Those are going to go quick, aren't they?
Yeah, we're assuming that they're going to sell relatively quickly. They're priced right on point for what the market demand is. And, the cool factor's there, like I just mentioned. And people love really cool, unique properties, especially now coming out of 2020. Not many people just want a standard four-wall box. They want to live in something that's really unique and different.
Okay, I'm going to ask you your least favorite question. You resent it, you cringe at it, but look into your magic 8 ball and tell me where we're going over the next few months.
So, obviously there's a lot of factors that we can't control. Inflation, the economy, the stock market. But in Rhode Island, I think the real estate market is still going to stay relatively strong. I've talked about this a ton, right? On the show, with you, outside, with clients. Properties that are priced well will sell with multiple offers still in certain markets. The days on market are creeping up in certain parts of the state. But, if you asked any client, in 2019, hey, I can get your house sold in 45 days or 60 days, they would be thrilled.
Right.
2020 and 2021 was an anomaly. So we're moving into a very stable real estate market, and home prices are probably going to increase a little, maybe decrease a little, but they're not going to dramatically go up 20% or down 20% anymore. So if you're a seller, don't hesitate to list. If you're a buyer, obviously interest rates are impacting you potentially. Most recently they're at about 6.25, 6.5, so they came down from the 7% range.
Yeah, I was shocked when you told me that this morning. I mean,
Yeah.
we were over 7.25 2 weeks ago. The Fed announces that they're increasing the rate by 75 basis points. You think that thing's going to go up to, for a 30-year mortgage on a single family, you think it's going to hit over 8, but what happens? It goes down to, what'd you say, 6.25?
Yeah, around 6.25 right now.
So,
And there's still a lot of other options out there for mortgage products, right?
Right.
Never shy away from looking at a 7-year or a 5-year or a 15-year adjustable rate. Just look at all your options. If you're a buyer, don't be afraid to buy right now. There's still some great properties out there. Real estate is always a solid investment. Over time, it always goes up, as long as you're willing to hang on to it.
Ben, listen, I appreciate you coming on. Super interesting information. Had no idea about mortgage rates dipping back down, and also that custom house property is a wow property in Providence. We just don't have many of those, and pricing between less than 500,000 all the way down to around 300,000. That's not going to take long to move. I appreciate it. For everybody else, stay tuned. There's a lot of news going on. There's more on our investigation into the Rhode Island State Police, and we'll have big updates on that over the next couple of days. Last but not least, if you haven't gotten a booster shot, get it. You want to be able to go to that PC or URI game without any worries. And also, get the flu shot. No one wants to go to Rhode Island Hospital and hang out in that emergency room for 10 to 12 hours. The reports are just quite disturbing about what a tough row it is over in the emergency rooms across the state. Everybody stay safe. Thanks very much.